Hello everyone, my name's Sarah, and for my project I chose to evaluate the OPAC system at our middle school. Um, so in order to get there you need to go through the departments, and then you're going to click on Library Media Center. From there you're going to choose Resources, and then from there you're going to choose Destiny Discover. So when the screen first loads, the first thing you're going to see is the search bar. It's up top. It's very obvious where you would type in any questions or searches you're looking for. And the top right corner, there's the login. And overall, I would say that the layout is very sleek and modern. At the top through here, we've got the recently added books that the school has just gotten. And then the next row down, we've got our popular titles. And then if you scroll just a bit further, you can see that you can look based on the different genres. So if you're looking for a graphic novel, or maybe you're looking for some stories about animals, or perhaps you prefer scarier stories, so the students will be able to look based on the genre, which I think will totally help them out quite a bit. Next, if the students have access to a tablet or smartphone or a Chromebook or something of that nature, they're also able to access these ebooks. And nowadays students do enjoy using their electronics. So once we've looked at the opening page, I suppose the next step would be to actually do a search. And students at my school do a combined project between social studies and ELA on ancient Egypt. So I think this is a search that many of my students would probably use at the school. So one of the first things that I noticed is that up here at the top, there's 4 different categories based on the search. So the first one is books, the second is databases, third being collections, and the fourth being open educational resources. Altogether in this search, we've gotten 43 to come back for our retrieval. And over here on the right, we can sort by relevance, call number, title, or author. So I'm just going to kind of scroll through a couple of these and see what we had pop up. The first one is actually right on the money. It says Ancient Egypt. The same with the second. Let's continue further down. Again, Ancient Egypt, Ancient Egypt, Ancient Egypt. Alright, Ancient Egypt, Tales of the Dead. Casting the Gods Adrift, the Encyclopedia of Ancient Egypt. I imagine this one would probably be very beneficial to my students. Mummification and Death Rituals of Ancient Egypt, the Royal Mummies. So overall, I would say that this search was pretty successful. It seems to have brought up books that were relevant to my search. Let's see about the databases. There were none available. Let's check on collections. Also not an option. Open educational resources. Let's see. Okay, so honestly, I'm really thrilled about this, the open educational resources. There's a lot of helpful information in here, not just for students, but for teachers as well. I followed the first couple links, and this one is pretty much just pictures of items that were in ancient Egypt. This one, though, is a fantastic resource for teachers. I was thrilled to find it. It has a lot of worksheets and lesson plans and all kinds of wonderful things. This one I've actually used before with my students to do some research, so I really appreciate all the resources that Destiny has linked to this search. So now that we've explored the search aspects, we're going to start exploring the retrieval aspects. And I'm just going to go ahead and click on the first one here, the ancient Egypt. One of the first things that I notice about this is that over here on the right hand side, they have suggestions for you, which is titled Books You May Also Like, or and I think this is a really excellent thing. It's kind of more geared to what students would see online as far as like if they're shopping at Walmart or Amazon or any of those other big companies. So I think it's fantastic that this is available. So we're going to go a little more in depth here. We've got our brief description, our call number. We know that it's a book. If you go further down, there is more information available. And then we can come over here and look at reviews. Unfortunately, no one's reviewed this book. Perhaps that's something I should do. And then over here in Explore, you can see that we have all the different subject headings that are available. So comic book strips, cartoons and comics, grade book robbing, cartoons and caricatures. And then down here at the bottom we have authors. So there are 4 different authors. And then the name of the series as well. So each of these subject headings and authors are actually links that you can further explore. So if I wanted to know more about comic book strips, I could click on the subject heading and it would take me to some options as far as looking at comic books and that kind of and things of that nature. However, while doing this video, I did find one thing kind of frustrating. If I just try to use the back button, it doesn't take me back to my original search. It takes me completely back to the home page, which I found somewhat frustrating. One other thing I really liked about this is that you can also just click right here where it says citations, click cite this title, and you can choose between MLA, APA, and as well as Chicago. This is such a wonderful thing to provide for our students, and I know I would have appreciated it when I was in middle school and high school as well. Finally, that last tab there, copies, you can click on it and it'll give you the call number, the barcode, and whether or not it's available within the library, whether or not it's checked in or checked out. It also lets you know if there are any off-site copies of this title that we might have access to. Now that I've explored this, I believe we're going to move forward and go to the help section. So we're going to click right here and scroll down to help. For me, that was pretty intuitive. I don't feel like I had to search very long to find the help section. And again, I really like that they have these different subtitles for things that you might need help with. So you can go to manage or set up. You've got the menu, so it's got different things for the main menu, title details, search, and the home page. So I really like that parts of it are already kind of chunked out for you. Finally, there's also a search bar where you can search for the help section. So I'm going to look up ebooks because I think that's something the students would look up the most, using their tablets or smartphones to download books. And one of the first results that pops up is find and check out ebooks. And it gives us several different options to possibly fix whatever issues we're having. Overall, I would say the Destiny search is aesthetically pleasing, intuitive. The search results seem to be efficient and relevant. And the retrieval process was easy to understand. It was pretty simple to figure out if we had access to the book or if it was off-site. I really liked the ability to cite the sources on the website itself. Pretty subject headings as well as the author headings all seem to be active links that you could follow in case you wanted to search more about a specific subject. And the help menu, I think, was pretty advanced and absolutely user-friendly.